Okay.
Here we are. Michelle,
Hey.
hello. Happy Tuesday.
Hello.
I don't think I should say happy Tuesday because who knows when anyone listens to this. Let's be real. Maybe it's a Friday.
Happy day.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know about you. Actually, I do know about you, but I'm going to just come out and say it. I'm real, like, I've got my house memorized, and I would go literally about any place right now. So I'm really ready to talk about all of the options that are not my house to do anything fun. How about you?
Oh, absolutely. All of the places.
I was like, if you invited me to go to Nebraska right now, I would go in a heartbeat. I don't want to go to Nebraska, but like, it's not here, so I'd do that.
I know. I'm really at the point where I would go any places as well.
And no offense to Nebraska. I have a lot of people that live there that I really love, and I would like to see them. Like, I guess that would be a social distance situation, but seriously, I would go any place right now.
Right. I know. I've been looking at a lot of like what are 2-hour away day trips, what are, just day trips away from here that have either cool parks or like something to do in the community that's outside. And trying to fill my days with, adventures.
You know what I was thinking about this morning as I was washing my face? I was thinking about when they shut down all the state parks because people were like being dirty and not taking care of things. And I was like, thank goodness they opened, because that I think was just a punch in the gut. Like, we need to be able to be outside, and we need to be able to do something other than stay home. I want everyone to be safe and wash their hands and wear their masks and all those things, but like, we also have got to live. So
I know. And that's the hardest part right now for people, especially with families, is trying to figure out how to safely do things and give children a summer and have some experiences in that. Because if you're used to going places and doing things as a family, I get that family trips might have been postponed or canceled or things like that, but there's still a lot of things in the Fox Valley area and greater area that are within a 2-hour drive to do that could be a lot of fun.
Right. I totally agree. Okay. So I am curious what like some of your favorite things that you've done so far are, or the stuff that you're really looking forward to the most.
Okay, so my favorite things that I've done thus far are exploring some of the state parks that I've never explored. I've done quite a few of the state parks up in the Door County area as either day trips or overnights, and I love it. And that seems to be any place where there's water, especially along Lake Michigan, seems to be a place that I'm drawn to. I think water is always something that I've been drawn to, but especially now. So if there's like waterfalls in a cool spot, or I know Cave Point, and where's Ian's favorite park? We were just there.
He loves Newport State Park. Did you guys go there?
Park. Yeah, we were just there last Monday. It's so pretty.
It's his favorite. We had such a good time. It's like way near the top of Door County, but like, it's gorgeous.
It's worth it. And it's so worth to go there. The water, we sat on the water for a little bit and just kind of watched the world happen. And it was so just nice and refreshing to do that. So that's some of what I've been doing. There's a park called Rocha Cree, and it's west of Oshkosh, I think on 21. I don't know why I'm fascinated by going there, but that is on my list of things to do yet this summer. Apparently they've got some pretty cool waterfalls to check out. And then from when I was a kid, so I grew up over by the Wausau area. As a family, there's a place called the Dells of the Eau Claire River, and it's over in the Anawa area. And we would go there, take a family drive on Sundays and end up walking around the Eau Claire Dells Park all the time. And that's a really pretty, beautiful state park. So that's on my list of things to do yet this summer. And then my sisters want to bring their kids to the Oshkosh area. So I've been trying to figure out, like, are there splash pads open? kind of get a list together of like places that we could hit for ice cream. And then in Stevens Point, which is a good meeting place for my family, there is a sculpture park that we're all kind of interested in checking out. So
that's super fun. So
yeah.
I really love a good sculpture park. There's a place in Door County, and of course now I'm not going to remember the name, but shoot.
We'll put it in the show
like
notes. I know what you're talking about.
You know, talking about it's like north of Egg Harbor, and it's so cute.
Yes.
But they have all of this really amazing art, and like we were walking around side just dreaming and wishing because I want some of it in our yard at some point, and it was really, really gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in Fish Creek.
Yes.
And I don't know exactly what the heck it's called. I'll figure this out. This is, oh, wait, I found it. It's Edgewood Orchard Galleries.
Yes.
So cool. They have like gigantic, like amazing sculptures. There was like this really cool mammoth. There are horses. They had things hanging in trees in the woods. It was so fun. We did Washington Island that same weekend. So we've never done that before. We rode the ferry and stayed in the car instead of going up on deck with other people. And then just tooled around and like checked stuff out. There wasn't that many people over there. It was really cool to just check it out. And I feel like we did like some of the beaches and all the like traditional things you're supposed to do on Washington Island, but that was kind of a fun adventure. It's like explore Wisconsin time, I guess.
I think it is. I think that it's good to explore where you live, because it gives you an appreciation for where you came from. Right.
I didn't come from here, so I'm just trying to like, I don't plan on staying here forever, so I'm just trying to like enjoy it while we're here.
Well, appreciate while you're here then, and give the kids at least a reason, like do fun stuff so that maybe if you aren't here, they want to come back with their families someday and say, here's all the cool things we did when we were kids.
So one of the things we did that is not something for, like, I'm from upstate New York and we have lakes and things, but not like a lot of rivers or whatever. We did a river float. We went to the Wolf River campgrounds, and they have like, you pay, you get a little wristband, and we tubed. So like you pick out a tube, they take you in an old school bus with like bench seats and drop you off upriver, and you float down. And I want to say during the week, it was like maybe $13, and there's like a 4-hour float or like a 1.5 or 2-hour float. And you can go as many times as you want before 4. So at the end and you decide you want to go again, you can go again. So I went with my friend who's in my bubble, and my kids and the neighbor kids who are also in our bubble. And we had a great time. I mean, it was a little bit weird because, like, you know, you can't wear masks on the river. So like you're mainly social distance because you're with your people. There's like a small period of time on the bus where you're not, but like people aren't like on each other's laps. It's not weird. So it felt like a really cool outdoor option. And
how was that?
The kids had a blast. And honestly, like I didn't have to get out on my tube. As soon as we got stuck on something, my 12-year-old was like, I got this. And I was like, yeah, you do got this, because I'm going to sit here with my beverage and enjoy my. So I would recommend that one. I mean, it was really good. And Aaliyah is 8. She's almost 9, but like a little freaked out. So we got her a tube with a bottom so she didn't have her legs or butt dangling in the river, and she was way happier.
Good.
I'd say the float was good.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
The other thing that we did that my kids really liked, and actually I kind of got a kick out of too, we did a drive-in movie.
Yeah.
Because like that's, you mean you're in your vehicle, that's pretty social distanced also.
Right.
Is there one in Oshkosh? We went to the Field of Scenes in Freedom.
That's where, I think that's where the place to go is. I know Zeroni's is a restaurant in town, and they've been doing some movies in their parking lot.
Fun.
But I wouldn't say that they're a drive-in place. I would say whenever I do Google searches for a drive-in, Field of Scenes is what pops up.
So we've done it a couple of times, but we hadn't done it in years. And so when we went, I think they had shut down the concessions. And so they charged like an extra $20 to kind of make up for the fact that because that's where they're making their money, really.
Oh, sure.
But it was fine because then we could carry in whatever we wanted. And we went to Tom's and bought like a ton of popcorn for like under $3 and like beverages and snacks. And so we brought our own stuff in. Now I think their concessions are open. So it's like you have to support them and buy their stuff, which is fine.
Totally.
But initially they were having a hard time doing it safely because people weren't social distancing and they weren't wearing masks and they like were nervous. But it was really good. I mean, our kids had a blast. They had a great time. We did not stay for both movies. We made a strong effort and bailed somewhere like close to midnight because they were done. But it was really fun. And I mean, honestly, like kind of relaxing. My husband has a pickup truck. I always wonder why, because he's an IT guy. And we sat in the back of it and I was like, this is pretty handy.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I would recommend drive-in movies.
Oh, I know. I think they're great. I went to one a few years ago with some friends when I was visiting them in Indiana, and we had the best time, like sitting in the back of their minivan watching movies. It was great. I mean, it was great. So
it was good. Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of parks, we did Dave's Falls like a month or two ago.
Yeah, how was that? That's on my list of places to explore.
Totally worth the drive. It was like almost 2 hours, maybe an hour and 45 minutes north for us. So probably about an hour north of Green Bay, a little bit more. But it's really pretty. It's a cute little park. There's lots of like walking and stuff you can do. And there's just a lot of like really interesting stuff to see. And in that area, I think there's a lot of waterfalls, but we didn't adventure for all of them. We really just kind of did that one, like drove around a little bit. And that one, I think, is worth a drive. It's good.
Oh, very good. And then you said Ian went and did Badger Park recently.
He did. So we've been like trading on and off. So I took the neighbor kids to the float, and the neighbors took Ian to Badger Sports Park, and they went outside and they did go-karts and mini golf, and he had a blast. And let's be real, I don't know that anyone's ever too old for go-karts and mini golf. In fact, mini golf is how I fell in love with Bill. Like I used to drive by the office at 10:30 at night and I'd be like, why are you still here? Come. And we would play mini golf at like 11 p.m.
Yeah, that when I was dating my husband, that was a cheap date night that we could always do, is go play mini golf.
Right.
As college students.
Really funny. If you ever get a chance to read them, like the official putt mini golf rules, very adult.
They're hilarious. Yeah. No, I love a good mini golf, and I will I mean, I'm not the best, but I will do it all day, any day.
I spent a short period of time thinking that I might be able to do this professionally.
Mini golf?
Like playing on the mini golf circuit would be really sweet. But I'm not very good, frankly. I just like the idea of it. Like a professional mini golfer seemed like a fun idea.
I'm totally legit.
I mean, I'm okay with being at the bottom, like, and not being that good. That would be fine.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm missing so much is eating out.
I know, me too.
So, I mean, there's some really great places that have outdoor options. Unfortunately, in Wisconsin, like, we just don't have that many outdoor options. But we've eaten at Rye several times, and they've been doing such a good job with keeping everything clean. They've got this really cute like sidewalk stuff. So, I mean, I'll be honest, it's a little loud because like we're on College Ave and people struggle to find appropriate mufflers, I think. But, you know, the food's been really good. The service has been really good. They started doing this pearls and bubbles things, Michelle.
I know, I saw that. When can we go get oysters and Prosecco?
I did that with my friend Crystal in our bubble and Aaliyah, and it was awesome. Aaliyah didn't care about any of the other things, but she was excited to be on a big girl date. So it was.
That's awesome. And then you just like me, went with your family. I did with some friends to the Pain for the gnome hunt in Oshkosh.
Yes. We need to talk about this one like in detail because it's so good and so creative. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, it's a great way to, so for those that don't know, the Pain Art Center and Gardens is in Oshkosh. It's a historic mansion with 3.5 acres of outdoor botanical gardens. Side note, I used to work there.
And they're beautiful.
And they're beautiful. And so the gardens change every summer, but there's always what's the hook to bring people back to see the gardens. And so I think this year they did a really cool thing with that adults and children equally are loving, and placed garden gnomes throughout the mansion and gardens.
So I think we'll probably talk about this as we get closer, but at Christmas they have the mice and the castle along with the Nutcracker, which I think you helped create.
Yeah, I did.
Like one of our favorite things. I love that you did that. You guys, Michelle's an event planner. I think you can tell. She's awesome. But this, I like have a really ridiculous like garden gnome passion. I love them. Frequently, my garden gnomes in the last several years have been stolen, both when we lived in Michigan and here. And I think that's a thing that happens with them. But
I think it is.
the pain in the castle, like there's a little map and they tell you there's like 10 in this room and 5 in this room. And like the kids had a blast spotting them, but there's most of the gnomes are outside in the gardens.
They are.
And like, the gardens are beautiful, but I feel like no one really spends that much time in them necessarily unless you're like searching the garden gnomes out. It's a fascinating way to spend a chunk of a day. Like it's so fun.
It is, yes. And so you can find, I think it's 100, and correct me if I'm wrong, you make reservations in advance to go. You can do it right on their website, and they're doing a really great job of managing visitors so that there aren't too many people in the mansion at any given time. Gardens are a little bit easier to safely social distance, and so they're really doing a nice job of taking care of people and helping them feel safe.
It was awesome because I mean I think they're really just managing how many, and they're used to doing that. Like there's only so many people that can go in for the Nutcracker and things like that. And the exhibit that they have right now is like super cool. It feels very like almost turn of the century. It's like late 1800s like posters, and it's very very like cool vintage stuff. So like the art that's in the mansion right now is awesome. The mansion itself is gorgeous and so cool. And all the garden gnomes are just really fun. So I would strongly recommend you guys do that. No, we're not getting paid by the pain. Yes, we should be, but we just really think it's fun.
Well, I mean, it's a great way. I mean, it's a great way to shout out another community doing something fun to get people to try to come visit. The good thing about Oshkosh, and I can say this because I live here, is that we have lots of restaurants on the water. So if you are looking for a way to maybe make a day of Oshkosh easily done by heading a block away to go to the Fox River Brewing Company and have lunch on the water or dinner on the water. There's Menominee Park.
I used to do Beckets. Beckets had
Beckets too.
A really great happy hour, and I used to go there on a regular basis, like with Ian when he was little and Bill was traveling. So
and Beckets is great. Their patio is really always been safely social distance. They just didn't know it until they like configured their patio, and they're like, oh, this is the way we always set up our patio. And so that's kind of fun that they're able to do that. And there's a lot of walking trails. There's a Weeawash trail that kind of hooks up through Oshkosh. You could walk from like the Payne down the Riverwalk to downtown and back, and I do that, and it's about a 4-mile round trip walk. There's some cool ice cream places in town. We'll put this in the show notes too, but there's some great places to get ice cream. So you can really, every community in this region has really great ice cream shops to try.
Like this is one of the things I was actually pumped about when I had to move to Wisconsin. I was like, well, it's the dairy state, so let's get in on ice cream and good cheese. It did take me a little while to find the good ice cream and the good cheese. But here's what I discovered. And I don't know if you find this true. I feel like it's the custard that's the best kept secret in Wisconsin.
Custard is, because it's got all the good fat in it. So custard is.
What's your favorite place for custard, Michelle?
And I can only speak to Oshkosh, and really Rhapsodies in town. That's where I like going the most, just because their flavors of the day are themed to music. So like one of their flavors is like
fun.
Tin Roof Rusted. So kind of like from the B-52 song.
That is really funny. I love it.
Yeah. So if you look at their flavors of the day, like you'll see, and a lot of their ice cream flavors and things like that all have music references to them. I don't know. To me, that's kind of been the hook that I've enjoyed with that, literally. So it kind of brought me in and it's kept me. But Leon's is a local like favorite old fashioned drive up.
About that. I don't know that. I don't know if I've tried Leon's. Maybe I should have.
My favorite place is they're really close to my house, and they're cute little drive-in. You turn your lights on when you're ready to order. The girls come out on roller skates. Then there's Ardy and Ed's on the south side going to Fond du Lac on the Lake Road. And they too, it's kind of like an old school car hoppy place. They have food and ice cream and, you know, kind of fun. I mean, it's fun. And they're all finding ways to still serve and do things for people and be open and give them still a taste of summer. So, yeah. I know Oshkosh best, but I've got a list of ice cream places that I need to try. Like there's the Well in Winneconne that I need to try that I've heard really good things about. And then Zesties is like, I just don't know why I haven't gotten to Green Bay to try Zesties, but like that's the place that I need to go. Huh?
Okay, so I have to be
because
honest.
Our friend Allie.
Yeah, I know the owners really well of Zesties, and they're some of our favorite people, but they make a really fantastic product. In fact, I just looked it up because I have to go to Green Bay this afternoon, and the flavor of the day is chocolate salted caramel toffee.
That sounds amazing.
So I might leave early and get Zesties and then go to my appointment because
you might have to do that.
I'm an adult and I do what I want. Plus, Bill's making a really awesome salmon dinner, so I don't want to like spoil my dinner after the fact. I'll go early.
No. Yeah.
So here's the thing I really like about Zesties, and I don't know how much of a difference this makes, but my friend Ted says it's everything. They use original parts. And so a lot of like places now, when they're making their custard, they use like plastic parts and they wear out. So all of their machines are like the old school like machines, all with metal parts. I think it requires a little bit more maintenance, but he says it makes a better product. And their custard is fresh every 3 hours. It's never older than 3 hours old. Like that's their deal. And it's absolute perfection. And I didn't honestly like know that there was a major difference, but like their flavors are really good. When you get fresh out of the machine, like first round custard, it's kind of unbelievable.
Well, there's nothing better than that. I mean, wow, that's awesome.
That's what's going to happen. Yeah, Zesties is worth the drive, you guys. They're so cute. And then the other thing that I don't know if everybody knows about there, other than their custard, is they make really, really amazing fries. They do sweet potato fries, and then they have this like spicy sauce that I'm totally addicted to. That's ridiculously good.
Okay.
I think those are important.
I think they are. Yeah, for sure.
I would like to know where people are going for good like cocktails and things. I mean, Mondo has a patio and we've gone there for wine a little bit. Not as much as we used to because we like sitting at the bar there, but like they've been open outside. Osario's has a really cute little patio. They're a fantastic like Latin fusion place near the mall in Appleton. And their cocktails are crazy good.
Well, 313 up in Kaukauna seems to have really good cocktails that you can take with you, like take home, like cocktails to take home.
They've been killing it on like the walk-up cocktail window. Like they're selling hundreds a day. Like I've been really impressed with how they flipped their business in the pandemic because they've been doing an awesome job.
Yeah, I've been appreciative of that. And then, I mean, my favorite place, I mean, Beckets I love their patio, but then you throw in some good cocktails there, and to me, that's a win.
Right. I should probably peel a little bit back on the cocktails because I'm worried that the COVID-19 is winning. However, like, I just want to make it through and like be happy. So cocktails it is.
Hey, you know, it is. Yeah, I'm not even going to judge. I've been killing it with cocktails too. I've just been doing a lot at my house because it's easiest.
I know we've been doing the same thing. Well, actually, that's not true. We've been doing the same thing to a certain extent, but we've also been camping a lot. So we've had a camper for 4 years. I hear that you can't buy one easily now.
No.
Boats, campers, all of that stuff, pools, like nobody can, like, it's like the great staycation right now.
Campers, play sets, trampolines, pools, they're all pretty much hard to get. And then even RV rentals, hard to get. I think October and November is the soonest if you're looking for an RV rental, you can get one.
If you would like to rent my camper, please call because I would like to rent camping. I mean, honestly, camping is like the great social distancing adventure, right? Like you know where you go. You've got your own bathroom. You've got all your stuff. We just talked about this, but like,
Right.
I mean, honestly, you get to go on adventure and do stuff and you're relatively safe while you're doing it. So I get the appeal.
I do too. I
Just
mean, why not?
Also.
Yeah. I mean, even day trips, I mean, you kind of get to manage your own experience because you're in your own car. So it's not like you're having to travel any different. And then you can manage and do research ahead of time to really plan the kind of trip and day trip that you want to take.
True. So, okay, I guess what I want to know, these are some of our favorite things that we've been either looking forward to doing or have been doing in this like semi-post quarantine world. So I want to hear from you guys. Like, where are you going? Like, where are you finding great cocktails? What are your favorite parks? What are your activities that we didn't think about that you're doing? And fill us in. Like, if we're missing something awesome that would add joy to our lives and everybody else's lives, comment for the love on all of our social channels and tell us about it.
Please do.
We want to know. And then what? Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, we should link to Go Valley Kids.
We will. In the show notes, we're gonna.
So good.
Yeah, in the show notes, we'll link to Go Valley Kids and a lot of the things that we've talked about, and even some things that we didn't. We'll just kind of put details of some options for people, because then at least it's all in one handy spot. But to me, like, I spent 10 minutes this morning on Go Valley Kids, and there's like a post for just about everything you want to do with your kids this summer, which is amazing.
That was like my go-to resource when I had kids, because I was like, now I have these kids, what do I do with them? And like, well, Amanda Chavez runs that, and she's so incredible. She's like the Uber mom. But what she's really good at is like networking, communicating, and like sharing information. And so she always keeps it up to date. It's a really, really great resource. Like, honestly, one of the things I've wanted since I lived here is like one combined calendar for all the things that exist. And there is not a good resource for that. The very best option, I think, is Go Valley Kids. And that's just like good family-friendly fun. I mean, I'd love to have some fun without my kids, if I'm honest, but like, this is not really a season where that's going to happen. So it's what Bill and I call this forced family fun all the time.
Unfortunately.
Or fortunately, I mean, like, it depends on the day. Like last week I had a meltdown. If you guys listen, you'll know all about it. And it was really hard, but we also had a significantly like better week post meltdown because we had better communication and a little bit better teamwork from everyone. And so I like my kids a lot better this week.
And that's, I think, the way it is in life. I mean, it ebbs and flows, and you just have to do the best with it, just like we're all trying to do. So
and then we liking each other more. I'm really down with all these ideas to go do cool things. I'm way more to do stuff when they're appreciative of it.
Yeah, and we hope that people take these ideas and run with them, and let us know what you liked, and we'll keep going.
Right, seriously, but then give us more ideas, because really we're running out of places to go and things to do.
And August is still a long month.
A real long month, and we still have like several days of July. We can do this.
Yeah, we can.
I think next up we should talk about golfing.
Sure, sounds good. Let's do it.
Or just go. That'd be fine.
Yeah, perfect.
Peeps, thanks for listening. We appreciate you.
Yep. Bye.